Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. Today on the Fancy Sip Review, this is going to be a very special, spooky edition of the Fancy Sip Review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Mountain Dew's 2024 Halloween flavor, Voodew. And with these drinks, as a popular American president once said, fool me once, Mountain Dew, shame on you. Fool me 5 times, Mountain Dew, shame on me. Well, this is going to be at least the 6th time that Mountain Dew has fooled me, as in the past I've tried every single one of these Voodew flavors. And I do understand what Mountain Dew is trying to go with, as they're trying to make a Halloween candy flavor soda. But usually with these Halloween drinks that usually come out by all companies, they don't usually hit the mark. Fanta's another company that makes these yearly Halloween drinks that aren't that great. And with the Voodews, I think these are probably the bottom rung of the Mountain Dew limited edition drinks. You know, you have your Game Fuel at the top, your presidential flavors, one rung under there. You have the Baja Blast, which I don't even care for that much, but they're all a lot better than the Voodew flavors. I haven't tried this yet. Maybe this will surprise me, but my expectations are very low. And because of that, I was smart enough to buy a 20-ounce rather than buying a 12-pack of these drinks, in which I'll probably never get through with. And with the amount of sugar in this, I mean, my doctor wouldn't be too happy if I ended up getting diabetes. The only person who might end up being happy is Dracula around Halloween, if he were to suck my blood and get all the sugar secondhand. But that's pretty much all let's say about the Voodews. I don't usually think these are the best of the Mountain Dews, as I said, but I'm going to give it a try. Before I open this up, though, I am the fancy sipper, and I think potty humor is a bit below me. But I do want to say this drink looks kind of gross, this like creamy, milky white color. I want to make a reference that this looks like the precursor to that 4chan meme of the My Little Pony jar, which I don't recommend looking that up, but this kind of gives me the vibe of that. Like, before it ended up turning brown, this is what it probably looked like. And that's kind of unsettling. I know that it's white because this is supposed to be a mystery flavor. And I don't know. They probably shouldn't have went with this milky, creamy color. It looks kind of gross to me. But let's see what is in this drink. In this, you are getting 270 calories, which is a lot for a beverage, especially with no fat in it. There's 0 fat, 85 milligrams of sodium, 4%. 73 grams of carbohydrates, 27%. And here's the kicker, 146% of your daily sugar at 73 grams with an included 73 grams. This also has 91 grams of caffeine, which is pretty decent. The ingredients in this drink are carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, natural and artificial flavor, citric acid, gum arabic, sodium benzoate, preserving the freshness, caffeine, sodium citrate, potassium sorbate, preserving freshness, glycerol ester of rosin, calcium disodium EDTA to protect the flavor, and this is bottled by Pepsi Company. This is what the bottle looks like this year. In earlier years, it showed the monster guy, the dead body coming out of the grave, and he was holding up 5 fingers. The first edition was 1, then it was 2, then it was 3, then it was 4, then 5. At this point, they ran out of fingers on the hand instead of having 2 hands. I guess it's supposed to be the Grim Reaper, probably. But now they don't even have fingers anymore. Here's the nutrition facts and the ingredients if you're interested in this. I mean, I'm sure if you're drinking soda, you don't really care about how unhealthy this is. You're just trying to get the tasty, tasty flavor of Mountain Dew. So, with all of that out of the way, let's open this drink up and let's see how this smells. Get a cool little shot for the thumbnail that I'll eventually put onto the video. But this is what, or the bottle will just fall over. All right, take two. So this is what the drink looks like. It is a semi-transparent color drink. It looks kind of like if you were to put milk in water, or kind of looks like these natural caffeine energy drinks where they're kind of greenish due to the coffee or tea that they use as the caffeination. They're just trying to make this a mystery color so you can't guess what it is. Let's see what this smells like, and let's see how this is on the nose. It smells like one of those generic energy drinks where it just smells like chemical water with caffeine in it without the caffeine, and probably more sugar in replacement of the caffeine. I don't know, maybe a cherry type smell. I'm getting a little bit of a cherry or a red berry type of a smell. Let's see how this sits in the mouthfeel of the review. Very, very bitter tasting. I know it's soda. Not all sodas are incredibly sweet. You have your Buffalo favorite, Loganberry, or I don't remember what the drink was. But usually those kind of drinks are more of a sweet type of a drink, you know, like your Hawaiian Punch or your kind of drinks along that. Usually this is caused by the carbonation, kind of gives it that little bittery taste to it. It just kind of tastes like that on the mouthfeel. I mean, obviously people drinking this aren't just going to keep this in their mouth. If you really want to rot your teeth away, that's probably the best way to do it. It's kind of like those grade school science things where they put, put stuff in soda and then it rots away. I'm sure that's probably not the smartest thing to do. Pretty sure most dentists wouldn't recommend it, but let's try this one more time. Maybe I'll get a different flavor from this. It's the carbonation bitterness that kind of takes away from the flavor, but it is a carbonated drink, so can't really avoid that. So let's give this a real sip. Let's see how this drink tastes. Is this going to be a good Mountain Dew Voodew flavor that you should buy a 12-pack of? Or is this just a drink that you should try once, which is probably what that other limited edition flavor, I think it's Pepsi or Coke, has an Oreo flavor that I'm going to be reviewing. Will this be essentially that, or it's just something that you would try once that they're intentionally trying to sell in 12 packs so they can make more money off of fear of missing out? Well, let's find out. Let's give this a real big gulp. I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad drink. It just is not very impressive. I mean, I'm not like a genius despite being the fancy sipper. I can't pick out what artificial flavors Mountain. All right, for some reason, my microphone decided to stop working, but it is pretty funny that I said I'm not a genius, and my limited ability to do video and sound editing seemed to have kicked in at that exact second. But going back to this review, what I've heard online is people try saying that this drink is supposed to taste like those old granny watermelon candies. I don't really think it tastes like that. Maybe it kind of smells like that, but this just tastes like one of those generic artificial drinks. This tastes like kind of a sweeter version of what G Fuel would put out, or it just tastes like chemical water with some artificial flavor. I mean, it does kind of smell like that, but that's kind of how all of these Mountain Dew Voodews kind of taste. And what will the fancy sipper be giving the 2024 Voodew flavor? Well, I mean, it's really hard to review this because as a sweet drink, this is pretty good. I mean, this is better than some of the flavors. This is better than Whiteout. This is better than a lot of the Baja Blast flavors. This is better than most, probably if all, of the Voodew flavors. But it's, again, not as good as the presidential flavors. This isn't as good as the Game Fuel flavors. This just tastes like a sweet, tasty drink that should exist during the holiday season, but I don't know. This is just, it's very underwhelming. People might pretend to like this, but I don't know. I think it's pretty average. So what will I be giving this drink? I'll be giving the 2024 Voodew flavor a 7 out of 10. I've been giving a lot of 7s out lately, but these drinks have been pretty generic. I mean, I couldn't tell you one drink from the other. Reviewing this and reviewing a drink next week, I probably won't even remember I had this. So I've been the Fancy Sipper. Thank you so much for watching this video on this spooky Halloween season. And I don't know, maybe a ghost cut my microphone out, or a monster is inside of my computer and didn't want me to review this. Maybe if I upload this, you'll die in 7 days. I don't know. But I've been the Fancy Sipper. Thank you so much for watching this video, and cheers. Clink.